everyone, this is Vikas Birari and today we will be discussing about the various career opportunities that are available with the civil engineers after their graduation. So if you are studying in third year or final year or have done their BTech or BE and now aspiring to work in public sector and private sector, then this video is just for you. So before the beginning with our session, let me briefly introduce myself. This is about me. I'm currently working in the government sector as an urban planner for last 2.5 years. I have worked with L&T Railways, metros and monorails for 2 years. I have cracked GATE number of times with good rank. I have appeared for UPSC, ESC 2019 and 2020 interviews. I have also appeared for MPSC Engineering Services 2018 interview. I have appeared for more than 5 job interviews, out of which I have chosen for Larsen & Toubro, where I worked for 2 years. And I am a member of CESA, Civil Engineering Students Association also. Let's briefly look at what are the domains that are available with us. I would say you are very lucky as being a civil engineer, you have done the right choice. You have a plethora of options available with you, both in government sector as well as private sector. So this is a really wise choice, I would say. Being there you have done the half of job. So let's start with government sector jobs that are available with you first. You can also go for higher studies along with private sector jobs. These are the broadly classified into 3 domains. These are the career opportunities that are available to you. Let's briefly start with government jobs. There could be 2 domains again in the government jobs. You either want to go with technical field and the other will be non-technical field. Technical field, which is core field or civil engineering field, and non-technical field would be administration, banking, defense services, etc. etc. In technical field, we have a scientist, assistant executive engineer, assistant engineer, and JE post. Where in non-technical section we have UPSC Civil Engineering Civil Services exam, which is IAS, IPS, and IRS cadre, and many more along with that. State POC, again SSC CGL, Bank PO, clerk level exams, and defense services exams. So these are the basic domains that are available with the government jobs. We will first see the scientists, which are generally recruited by ISRO, which is a 2-stage exam. First is a written exam or objective exam, and second one is interview. Interview is really a great experience with ISRO, which is a deep and thorough interview which tests your knowledge and skills of the subject, in-depth skills, I would say. DRDO also conducts exam for scientists, and BIS along with BARC also. And these sort of organizations are a pride to nation, where we actually get to work for a betterment of a country, of which the results are usually seen on paper. So I would say they have decent perks also, such as salary and pay structure and amenities or facilities they receive. So it is a good structure good career opportunity to see for. Another one would be assistant executive engineer. It is a group A service. Generally it is recruited through UPSC Engineering Services exam, and some states also have their own mechanism to run this exam, to conduct this exam. It is generally conducted in 3 stages. UPSC Engineering Services is conducted in 3 stages like prelims, mains, and interview or personality test. Prelims consist of 500 marks out of 200 which are non-technical, and 300 are civil engineering or technical field. Mains has 2 papers, both are written papers where you have to actually write the answer. There are 2 papers, each of 300 marks related to civil engineering only. An interview or personality test includes 200 marks. So there are total 500 plus 600 plus 200, 1300 marks to play for, out of which last year the topper was around 906, which is one of the records. Around 70% is the topper, and the cutoff marks around 50%. So this is a very good opportunity for who want to seek a government job in central government as a group A servant, which is equivalent to IAS, IPS in pay structure. These are called as IAS officers or Indian Engineering Services officer, which is a gazetted post. There are plethora of departments available, around 8-9 departments currently recruiting through engineering services, and which includes prestigious departments like CPWD, Military Engineering Services, and Central Water Commission. Last year
Indian Railways Services for Engineers withdrawn vacancies through engineering services exam, which were earlier used to be failed through engineering services exam. Now they are planning to conduct a separate exam for railway seats, which will be considered through Indian Railway Management Services exam. Then next opportunity you have is assistant engineer, either group A or group B. In some states we have assistant engineer grade 1, and in some states it is only assistant engineer grade 2, which is called as E only. These are generally recruited through state PSCs, and PWD, WRD and rural engineering, these are the various departments which are available with this particular job. Next one is sub-engineer or junior engineer. In some cases, junior engineer and sub-engineers are considered equivalent, but in most states, junior engineer is subordinate to sub-engineer. It means sub-engineer is a senior post after promotion from junior engineer. There are various exams throughout the India which are conducted for SSC JEE, RRB JEE, State PSC JEE, FCI, Municipal JEE, Jilla Parishad and miscellaneous JEE posts. SSC JEE is a prime example where a lot of vacancies for various central government departments recruit civil engineers through this exam. It is a two-stage exam in which prelims is of 200 marks, out of which 100 marks are of non-technical and 100 marks of civil engineering optionals, multiple choice questions. And mains is of 300 marks, of which all the it is a subjective exam where you have to write the answer. It is a written exam, out of which there is a civil engineering paper which includes all the subjects of civil engineering. Another exam is RRB JEE, which is an objective exam. State PSCs generally conduct 100 mark or 150 mark or even 200 mark objective exams. The structure can vary from state to state. Municipal JEE, it is a post for city engineers in municipal corporations, municipal councils, as a city engineer to work on the amenities in the city, civic amenities in the city. Jilla Parishad also recruits junior engineers for their requirement in rural area, construction works and infrastructure development. Miscellaneous JEE posts include like RBI requires, it is not a core domain for civil engineers, but they do need civil engineers. That's why like RBI JEE, then again IITs or NITs need civil engineers for their maintenance works. So these kind of jobs are options are available. There are more than 10,000 vacancies every year for civil engineers across India in various private public domain, I would say, only public domain. So as compared to other fields like mechanical engineering or electrical engineering, this is one of the best choices you can have, particularly for government job. I want to share this particular slide with you, and I want to make you understand how exactly the organization structure of a general organization structure of a PWD or WRD department. So it starts from junior engineer, which is generally the lowest technical post which is there. You are then, after junior engineer, working for like some years, 5 to 6 years, you will be promoted to sectional engineer. After 5 to 6 years, you will be promoted to assistant engineer grade 2. Then after 10 to 12 years, you are promoted to deputy engineer or assistant engineer grade 1 or subdivisional officer or subdivisional engineer. So if you are 28 by now, you will maximum end up to deputy engineer by the end of your career. These numbers are very tentative, but in most cases these take 12 to 15 or sometimes 18 years to reach, and from here around 12 years to get into group A class 1 post. So if you start by G right now, you might maximum reach up to subdivisional engineer or AE1 or assistant engineer grade 1 or deputy engineer post. So if this is the highest post you can secure when you retire. But if you give a higher exam, you can start right here or here. So you can reach up to chief engineer level. So this is the difference an exam can make or one more attempt can make. This is the plethora of opportunities, and this is the difference that makes a career different from what it could have been. So just think about this. That's why I have shared this slide with you in particular. What are the job profiles of various government departments like PWD? PWD generally takes care of infrastructure works of state government, like state buildings or government buildings that are available. Construction and maintenance of roads and buildings of the state government. Design and construction of bridges, development and maintenance of public parks and gardens. This is the work profile with PWD department. In WRD department, you have planning and design of irrigation systems, operation and maintenance of reservoirs and canals, hydrological assessment of availability and allocation of water. This is gaining a lot of importance recently because a lot of options there are available with this particular domain, because people are seeing this as a scarce resource nowadays. So allocation and management of water becomes an important criteria for development of our source. Construction of new irrigation projects, flood management and restoration. After the flood has passed, it might have caused damage to the structures or irrigation facilities. So restoration of those facilities also work profile of WRD department. Now, another domain of civil engineering government jobs or public sector jobs could be public sector undertakings. These are generally vacancies are filled through GATE exam, which is also used for MTech qualification. Various opportunities available or various PSUs available like Miniratna and Maharatna firms like Indian Oil Corporation, Hindustan Petroleum, Oil and Natural Gas, Airport Authority of India, SAIL, Steel Authority of India, Bharat Heavy Electrical Limited, National Building Corporation, etc. etc. I have listed few of them which are really popular among the people out there. These offer good perks or generally package greater than 10 to 12 lakhs. So this provide a good working opportunities and ability to manage diverse projects as well and work on pan-India basis. So it is quite interesting job profile they offer. Generally, the qualification is through GATE score. You need to have all India rank less than 200 so that you will be able to consider for the job profile. After this, we have a group discussion or some kind of interview for that, and through that you can be selected into it. NHAI is one of the organizations which also recruits assistant directors or managers through this exam. So the importance of GATE should be underlined because most of the PSUs recruit engineers through this. Some of the PSUs also prefer their independent exam like NTPC or NHPC, Coal India Management Trainee, DDA, Delhi Development Authority, Dedicated for Freight Corporation, Vizag Steel, some metro corporations like DMRC, Delhi Metro, LMRC, Lucknow Metro, BMRC, Bangalore Metro, Kochi Metro, Chennai Metro. All the metro corporations, they conduct their independent exams or might also look people who are experienced in the field or through GATE score also. This is a decision that is being taken by management. So you have to go through the notifications or subscribe to any particular website which provides you government job notifications so that you need not to always surf through internet for that. Some state PSUs like Transco, Genco and Discoms also recruit candidates through individual exams. The another domain could be the private jobs that are available. I have categorized them into two fields like core jobs or IT jobs. Core jobs in technical civil engineering field jobs. You can get recruited into many conglomerates or multinational construction firms like L&T, Tata Projects, HCC, Shapoorji Pallonji, Gammon India. Or you can either go into core jobs where TCS, Wipro, Tech Mahindra, Infosys or some software firms which help you to design civil engineering design softwares. What are the job profiles that are available in the core sector where when you go into site or where you go into work into construction firm? There are job profiles like construction planning right from inception, execution work or supervision of execution, quality control, design of structure or RCC design. Structure design include RCC or steel design, quantity surveying or billing, and procurement of construction materials. The third option is the higher studies. Either you can go for MTech, which is a higher education specialization in particular domain of engineering. It can be admitted into MTech through GATE or PGCET, Post Graduation Common Entrance Test, which is generally conducted in various states like Karnataka also. These fields are ideal for teaching jobs because most of the colleges which are not NITs or IITs, they consider MTech as a basic minimum qualifying criteria for teaching. Or if you want to go into some research work, then MTech is with integrated PhD could help with you. This is generally considered for specialization where you want to get expertise in one particular domain of civil engineering. Good IITs have opportunities in MTech, but the recruitment opportunities in the private field or campus placements are not that encouraging in any of the IITs. Forget about the private colleges and all. So opportunities are comparatively less after MTech for private jobs. But if you want to open your private firm, then this opportunity can be helpful because if you have a specialization, you work in some private firm for 2-3 years, gain experience about it, and then you can open your own firm also. Same goes with the contracts also, if you want to work as a contractor. Some foreign universities like Nanyang Technical University or National University of Singapore, they recruit their students through GATE also. So these are also good opportunities that are available if you want to get admitted to some foreign university through GATE. These are the various domains or branches available for specialization. MTech in structures is considered as a best option, which provides better recruitment opportunities as well as in private sector also. Then comes transportation, water resources, geotechnical and foundation engineering, environmental engineering, hydraulics and computational fluid dynamics. But I would warn you over here, if you are interested in one particular domain or one particular branch, then don't go for look for scope, whether it is really providing you good opportunities. If you are good in that particular subject, then it is fine. If you are equally good in all subjects, then you have to see for whether you can go for one particular branch which provides you higher employability. But if you want to take structures and you haven't have good technical or conceptual understanding with structures, then it would be futile or a waste of time if you take admission into that domain. Then construction management is, I would say, an important specialization from a course for civil engineers. You can have MTechs through GATE in various IITs which provide good course on construction management or MTech. IIT Delhi, IIT Bombay provide a course on construction management over here. Another great organization in construction management or college are NITI and NICMARC. NITI Mumbai and NICMARC Pune campus are considered as great opportunities for construction management. Visit their websites, understand their recruitment or selection process for the admission, and I would see these provide good employability or campus placement opportunities. They have expense around 20 lakhs for 2 years program, but employability is also good with them. If you want to go into higher studies, go into research, then PhD after MTech or even after BTech. If you are recruited or if you are studying from really great college like IITs or NIT, then you can directly offer PhD also after your BTech. Even nowadays, PhD from IITs is not considered as a good option or employable option for students in India. It doesn't have much value nowadays. But if you want to go into teaching field, then what I've seen a trend is IITians or professors in IITians are mostly those who have done their PhDs in the same IITs. So you have opportunity to work in that field. Foreign universities provide good employability with their PhD courses.
but those opportunities are not mostly in India. You have to see opportunities in the foreign countries only.
But these opportunities require a lot of
Financial aid. You need to have at least 50 lakhs in your hand to start by, because the coaching fees or tuition fees are very high, but there are various scholarships available. You should look into that or find appropriate information on internet also.
Then MS, Master of Science, and this is generally various civil engineering fields which are there in MTech. They are available. MS in structures, or MS in environmental engineering, or MS in construction management. These are the various opportunities that are available. MS is for getting into a good university, you had to have a good GRE score, which is an exam. You had to score at least 290 plus in GRE. IELTS or TOEFL. These are the exams to prove your English proficiency,
because India is a non-English speaking country. So to get into a country which is English speaking, you have to take these exams.
And then letter of recommendation, or LOR, from a
Professor who has good value outside in research for field.
Those LORs
could be handy to get you into a good university.
Then MBA in non-technical field, you can go into finance, HR, and business administration, etc., etc. Various entrance exams like CAT, MAT, XAT are there for MTech, or
state CET is also there, MBA CET is also there.
Good IIMs like Ahmedabad, Bangalore, and Calcutta
can provide you great employable opportunities, but they also cost more. Old IIMs cost you around 20 to 25 lakhs for 2 years of course.
They provide PGDM, postgraduate diploma in management course degree. If you want to get into foreign universities, then GMAT along with TOEFL or IELTS for English proficiency has to be taken,
so that there are opportunities abroad.
Then we will see what fields you should join or should consider. This is a question you should ask to yourself. What do you want to be after 10 years from now?
Your answer to this question will direct you to get into a particular field. Either you want to into government field or private field, or you want to go into higher studies and do research.
You should consider your capabilities or limitations. Sometimes people
take years and work hard, but they don't reach desired level or desired aim because they simply underestimate or overestimate their capabilities and limitations. So one must do SWOT analysis of themselves. What are their strengths and that are their weaknesses, and plan for accordingly. It's not that some weaknesses cannot be overcome, but with proper planning and execution, you can definitely reach your goal. If you're planning to make a career in the field of civil engineering in any of the above domains I just mentioned, then this course is designed just for you. We have 250 plus hours of intensive learning program which will help you to crack all the possible competitive exams in the field of civil engineering like SSC, RRB, state PSC, AE exams or JE exams, but also MTech entrance exams like PGCET or GATE. Not only this, but also we have course for corporate training which will help you to crack interviews in the private sector like L&T, Tata, Shapoorji Pallonji, Gammon India. Since the opportunities in the field of civil engineering are dwindling very fast and number of applicants are increasing day by day, so it is wise to have plan B. So some of you might want to take a private job or work in the private field, then this course will help you through corporate training program intensively designed for aspirants who want to take a private job, all simultaneously prepared for the competitive exams also. We have distinguished educators with both practical and conceptual understanding who have previously cracked various competitive exams in multiple number of times, so that they have the understanding of what is being required for that particular competitive exams, what are the type of questions, what is the strategy to be followed, and what are the various concepts that are very important for that particular competitive exam. But also we have people or educators who have experience in the field of execution work, who are already working in the private field or in the government sector into a execution field, who have experience of site or actual execution works. So this will help you to understand what is the practicalities that are there in the execution, which would have otherwise taken a year or two of experience in the actually working in the site. This course is designed for students and aspirants who are preparing for competitive exams as well as who are planning to go for higher education. And secondly, we have it for a corporate training program which will help you to get into a private field, a well-designed job. Contents of this course are, we have in-depth coverage of all the topics and concepts related to civil engineering exams which are frequently asked or frequently stressed in all the competitive exams and also in private domain. Questions of all types and numericals are covered in this course, which will help you to have better understanding and conceptual clarity amongst the various topics. 2 to 4 hours of content recorded in recorded form will be provided to every day for continuity, so students don't have to worry what to study first and what not to study, and there will be mix up when there will be another programs followed. So it's better you stick to what is being provided to you, follow the regime, and I am sure it will give you confidence that you can crack the exams. We have subject-wise tests after completion of each subject so that you can test your understanding of the subject, or you can have work on your weak areas through these exams. We have chat doubts for doubt clearing sessions which will help you to have your queries answered by the well-known experts of our course. Explanation videos and images wherever necessary. We have certain domains in civil engineering for which conceptual clarity is required, and to get that better conceptual understanding, we have flowcharts, images, videos which will help you to understand the concept very well. So these are the various aspects of this course we have designed for aspirants who are already preparing or want to prepare for the civil engineering competitive exams. Secondly, we have a corporate training program which will help you to drive the interview by knowing the code of conduct that is to be followed during the interview, as well as train to face various personality related as well as technical and practical questions that are asked in the interviews. Interview is a very dynamic section where you are asked questions in the core civil engineering domain as well as personal questions that are related to you. So the thorough preparation of these domains or these sections of your personality and core civil engineering are important. There will be a course for interview guidance on personality improvement guidance, and various courses of civil engineering technical subjects will be taken by our expert educators, which will help you to answer the questions in a better way. You will learn about the execution works of the civil engineering from our various experts who are already working on the site, and they have in-depth knowledge of that particular execution work. So you need not to worry about what is being executed. If you are asked the practical questions on site, you will get a deep and thorough knowledge about the execution practicalities. So there will be less gap between what you're studying and what is actually done at site. We will provide you wide coverage of all previously asked questions in interviews and most likely to be asked questions in the future in any corporate company's interviews. Because most of the part of the interview is about technical, because we are appearing for a technical profile or technical job in the field of civil engineering. So what are the previously asked questions? We have collected a lot of questions which were previously asked to various students in the field of civil engineering, and they will help you to answer and frame your answers in a better way. So these are the contents of our course. We will provide you opportunities in both public sector as well as private sectors, so that there will be a holistic preparation for all the students who want to work in public sector, private sector, or want to go into higher studies.
By now, having said that, we are coming with a concept called as line of sight. After coming out of college, everybody has a confusion what to do with their life, but it's a time where you have to set your line of sight or line of action, what you want to do with your life. Initially, you might think to have a smaller aim or just as a ladder to get into your particular field. You want to get into government sector, you can take up a job like a JEE, you can prepare simultaneously for it, and then set up an intermediate aim like you want to get promoted or take some other exam which is higher than your present job, and ultimately have a bigger target. So this is what explained through a very popular concept in the field of civil engineering called as line of sight. This is you presently where you are standing. We have a line of sight or line of focus or line of your actions. This is the direction in which your line of action or your work should be directed.
this is your initial aim, or this could be a mid-landing or initial phase where you want to take up a job or get financially stable, taking a private job or work in the field where you can earn some money, then this is a intermediate aim that will help you to smoothen the process or in the direction of your ultimate aim, where you want to be an Group A officer or assistant engineer grade 1 or assistant executive engineer through UPSC CSE. For that, you need to prepare first or have a job which will provide you a security in terms of finances and mental peace, because this process of getting into competitive exams is very exhausting and time taking, but you need to have confidence in yourself, trust in your abilities, and a proper approach in the sense of SWOT analysis or time planning, time management will definitely have you sail through in this field of competitive exams. So this is about having a broad vision where you can see a larger picture where you want to be eventually. You can take up a job and then prepare for an exam so that there will be no loss if you couldn't be able to clear the exams. So this could be, your initial aim could be used as a mid-landing or a stepping stone in the direction of your dreams. In the process of competitive exams, it is really frustrating, and some of the times are really testing where you want to find an inspiration. So you can talk to others, be inspired from others. Some of the aspirants who are already preparing, take their help, talk to them, and see the positives out of it. It is really important to interact with others during this phase, because not in the terms of social media, but aspirants or people who have similar goals, same as you, which will help you to be in touch and see where the competition goes. Because preparing alone doesn't help you much, because it is with the people you are competing with. So you need to know the level of competition that is there. So it will provide you a healthy opportunity or healthy competition, or it will boost you to prepare better. Or even if you achieve your ultimate aim, it is just another beginning, because when you achieve success, you will face the challenge in the field of execution where you are appointed. There you might face challenge. Then you again have to achieve the success. So this is a continuous process. This you mean if you have cracked some exam and it is not over, it is just another beginning. You are now being headed by some department head, or you are controlling a manpower of around 100 or 1000. So another challenges come and you have to overcome those challenges, and again that is a success. So wish you all the best with the preparation, and keep track of your time, track of your preparation through discussion with others, be inspired from others, because motivation is very necessary in this field, because it is a time-taking process. But eventually it feels great when you achieve something, you see your past, how hard you have worked, and eventually it is all worth. So all the best to all of you, and be positive and dream bigger. Thank you.